Hey everybody, this is Bill. I'm the salty old Marine. I want to talk to you about how to talk to your doctor or your care professional about your conditions, especially when you think at some point you may file a VA disability claim. And this is very important. How you talk to your doctors will be reflected in what your records say. And what your records say will be reviewed by the VA in your disability claim. Now let's think about that for a second. So say your back hurts. So you go to the doctor and the doctor says, "What's going on?" And you say, "Well, doctor, my back hurts." "Okay, how did you hurt it?" I don't know. Had it for a while. Been bothering me. Finally got to the point where I figured I better see somebody about it. "Okay. You doing all right?" "Oh, I'm fine. I get by." Well, that's wrong for a lot of reasons. First, you're not helping the doctor to help you. You have pain. Okay, the doctor is going to try and diagnose that. But if you can provide some context, it might help the doctor more to understand the nature of the potential injury and therefore how to treat it. So instead of saying, "My back hurts," you might consider saying, "My back has been hurting ever since I was in the military, and I used to jump out of airplanes, with a parachute, but you still land pretty hard, and you don't always land the right way, and I hurt my back, and it's been bothering me for a long time, but it's finally gotten to the point where I think I need some help." That should go in your records, whether it's a VA doctor or a private care physician. They should be writing that down, right? That's important. Again, the VA will be reviewing those records when you submit your claim. The C&P examiner may be looking at those records. So what it says there is very important. Besides that, don't downplay your symptoms. Again, you're not helping yourself with regard to your health care, and you're also not helping any potential disability claim that you may file. What I mean by that is, as military people, we tend to downplay our symptoms. "How you feeling today?" "I'm fine." "Really? So you came to the doctor because your back hurts, but you're fine?" "No, you're not fine. Your back hurts." Explain to the doctor that your back hurts. Explain to the doctor how badly your back hurts. Explain to the doctor how long it's been hurting, why you think it's been hurting. You can even ask questions. You can say, "Listen, doctor, I used to jump out of planes in the military, and I remember hurting my back because, I landed funny. I got drugged through a bunch of bushes and stuff and over some rocks. And all my friends came over and laughed at me, but, my back was hurt. And do you think that could be related to, the back pain I'm experiencing today?" Well, that's kind of a no-brainer. The doctor's most likely going to say, yeah, it could be related. He can't prove it. He doesn't know one way or the other. Neither do you. Neither does anybody, really. But, yeah, it makes sense, doesn't it? So chances are the doctor's going to say, yeah, that's a definite possibility right there. Man, that's your claim. So you need to be saying that. You need to be asking those questions. You need to be asking for the doctor to put that in your exam notes, in your records, in your medical records. Later on, you'll be providing those records to the VA when you provide your disability claim. So again, being direct and honest. I'm not talking about lying, and I'm not talking about exaggerating. I'm not talking about making things up that are not true. That would be fraud. It's also not going to help you with your health care, right? So if you injured your back a specific kind of way and it wasn't due to jumping out of airplanes, but you lead the doctor to believe that, you might get not good health care. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. But be honest, but be direct and be clear and explain what you think. You're as capable as anybody else of drawing lines and saying, That back has been hurting me ever since I used to jump out of planes in the military. Okay, that makes sense. You jumped out of planes, right? You landed hard. You hurt your back. Your back still hurts. Got it. So say it, because none of these people are mind readers. None of these people are going to look at your record books and say, oh, wow, I see you were assigned as a paratrooper in the military and you're filing for a back claim. I therefore can see the link. They don't do that. See, that's you. You have to do that. And you can start by planting the seeds in your medical records by saying that when you talk to your doctors, when you talk to your specialists, right? That's all on you. And then make sure that they get into your records. Now, when you file your claim, of course, you're going to make a personal statement, and that's where you're going to draw those connections yourself, right? You're going to say, I served during this time, and I used to jump out of airplanes, and I hurt my back while I was doing it, and there's some medical records about it, or here's a buddy letter from my friends that laughed at me after I got drugged through some rocks, whatever, right? And that's all good, right? Personal statements are great. It's important to have a strong personal statement, so definitely do that also. But medical records are gold to the VA. It doesn't mean they're going to 100% believe everything you might throw at them. But what I'm saying is they carry a great deal of weight with the VA. So make sure, whether you're talking about a VA doctor, whether you're talking about private practice, a specialist, a therapist, a physical therapist, whatever, make sure you're telling them exactly what's going on. Does that make sense? I hope it does. I hope you found this helpful. I'm Bill. I am the Salty Old Marine. Please like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Trying to get this information out to as many veterans as possible, and I need your help. So do me a solid, share that information out there if you think it's useful, and leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you'd like to see. Ask me any questions. I'll do my best to answer. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a VA employee. I'm not a doctor. I'm just a guy with a YouTube channel who's got a little bit of experience now doing some VA stuff, and I'm trying to share it, right? I'm trying to get that information out to as many people as possible. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And as always, have a great day.